You're joining me at the headquarters of turbo specialist Owen Development so we can test some of the improvements that have been made to Sara Williams Group N Subaru Rally Car. Over the winter months, Sara's chief mechanic, John Williams, has been working closely with Owen Developments and the car's title sponsor, the Klarius Group, Europe's largest manufacturer of aftermarket automotive components, to make sure that in the 2012 season, Sara's car is running at the peak of its class. Sara Williams is a rising star in British rallying, having already won a number of awards and placed 4th overall in the Wales Rally GB. The purpose of the day is to put the car onto a rolling road test track to see what kind of performance figures it's kicking out and whether the new ECU that's been supplied and mapped by Cosworth is helping. Before we do that though, I want to speak to some of the people who've been involved in the changes. Kevin, could you just explain briefly how Owen Developments has worked with John over the winter to help improve Sara's rally car?
Yeah, certainly. We've just supplied them with a new VF36 turbocharger and done a few changes to that because they're supplied as standard to go on the Group N car. But what we've done, we've put a modified heat shield on it where the standard ones tend to break up. So we put one on for more reliability, so she shouldn't get any failures. And we also just slightly bore out the wastegate port so what happens is you get more air going through, because for homologation they set a limit and all the turbochargers are slightly under that limit when they come out of the factory, so we just tweak it, bore it out to those maximum limits so the car then is at its peak. For running on a Group N with a 33mm restrictor, homologation papers are quite strict, so we've given her what she can have. She will not get any more out of a turbocharger than what we have done.
A few days ago, I caught up with Doug Bentley, R&D manager at Klarius, to find out a little bit more about the exhaust system that had gone onto Sara's car. I asked him to explain the difference between a rally exhaust and a road exhaust.
We manufacture over 2 million exhaust systems every year, and every month we design and develop at least 100 new references. We were asked to get involved with designing a race exhaust system for Sara's Subaru Rally Car. The requirements for this system are of course very different to our normal developments. On a normal exhaust system development, we work really hard to ensure our products meet or exceed original equipment specifications, and that's controlling back pressure and also noise. For the race exhaust system, the main requirement is of course power and clean emissions. If we talk about emissions first, you can see the two catalysts here. This is a road-going system. Normally there are 400 to 600 cells per square inch, and these are quite restrictive. For a race system, there are only 100 cells per square inch, and this is almost invisible in terms of gas flow and restriction. Of course, the construction for a rally car needs to be robust, so the internals are metallic. To talk about the other differences between a road-going exhaust and a race exhaust, let's take a look at the product. For a start, in terms of fitment, for a rally car we needed to make the product quick release, so we added a slip joint here to enable interchanging them between races very quickly if there was any damage. And talking of damage, we also added a bash guard for the end of the silencer. We'd seen on previous systems on the vehicle that these became heavily damaged during use. If we now look at power, to maintain power in the system, the gas had to be free-flowing. The tubing is mandrel bent, and this ensures that there's no restriction in gas flow down the exhaust system. This allows the turbo to spin up much more quickly and maintain a wide power band for maximum power.
Mark, we spent the day testing Sara's car. What can you tell us about its performance figures now compared to last year?
Basically, we made significant improvements, as you can see here. The dotted line is the car from last year with the exhaust system and the ECU map that it ran last year, and this is the new exhaust system that Klarius have made with a trim of the ECU map. So this is brake horsepower at the flywheel before and after, and this is the torque curve before and after the exhaust fitment and the ECU remap, and it's a considerable difference. It's almost 20 brake horsepower at the flywheel better than it was last year, and at points it's 30 foot-pounds of torque better off as well. So it's a significant improvement.
So that's fantastic. It's taken it from 300 to 320 brake horsepower with just a slight modification to the exhaust, an engine remap, and making sure that that turbo is working as efficiently as it can do for a Group N.
Yes.